Hey YouTube, welcome to the channel, or welcome back to the channel. I'm a little bit late, 4 minutes past 7. Apologies in advance to the hundreds of people that are waiting to watch this video. Yeah, I didn't know what to do tonight, so I'm sticking with my plan of doing a video every single night on my week off. One reason I was going to do Street Fighter. People have been asking for my Street Fighter collection. It's going to be a big video. I think I will do one, but it'll have to be much quicker than my normal pace. I'll have to go this Street Fighter, this one, and try my best to keep it down. Not jibber jabber too much, okay? But today, this is my SoulCalibur collection. Let me just do the usual checks, make sure we are live. I don't mind talking to myself. Ooh, it looks like we are. SoulCalibur collection. Yeah, we are live. So please do not say fuck or bugger. Yes, I love this soundtrack. Guess the soundtrack. You got 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second. Tekken 8. What a game. What a game. Okay, so we are going to look at my SoulCalibur collection, okay? I like to start these videos with how I got into the franchise, or, you know, was there a funny story, how I got into it, kind of thing. So SoulCalibur. SoulCalibur 2 was the first one I ever played. I had no idea what SoulCalibur was. Basically, don't know what year it was. Would have been early 2000s. Let's have a look. Is it 2002? I want to say early 2000s. We'll say. I can't. 2000. Oh, they got so many dates in here. 2002, 2003. Let's say. Okay, early 2000s. So I was working for a company called, I think it was Curry's, or it could have been Dixon's. It might have been Dixon's Digital. Dixon's. It might have been Curry's or Digit. One of those companies. It's the same company, basically. And I was working in the warehouse. That's where I started my Curry's or Dixon's journey, okay? And so I'd be, me or the warehouse manager at the time, we'd be the first ones to receive the delivery, process it, put it out, price it up, etc, 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 okay? And one of the deliveries we used to have was the video games, and it was really nice. It was a really nice time. Oh, I got hair in my mouth. There's really nice hair in my mouth. Just been playing with my dog. I haven't eaten my dog. He is around here somewhere. He might show up, but we are live, so anything can happen. Yeah, so it was a good time in my life, where, not going into too much, we were always growing up. I have said it before, we were like a console behind. So when the Master System came, so when we had the Master System, all my mates, or the majority of my mates, had the Mega Drive or the Super Nintendo. When I had the Super Nintendo, the N64 was about to come out. So I was always kind of playing catch up. But when I worked in Curry's, I actually had 3 jobs. One full-time in Curry's, and God, the energy I must have had, and I was gaming all the time as well. Yeah, so I had money, basically, so I was buying all the new releases. If I half liked the look of a game, I'd just be buying it left, right and centre, okay? And my favourite genre back then was the first-person shooters. I remember that feeling, Halo. First time I saw Halo, first time I played Halo, it was like a special time in my life, let's say. So I was all about the first-person shooters back then, okay? And then I probably second favourite would have been fighting games and RPGs, probably, okay? But all the first-person shooters, I'll be buying them all up, okay? And I will say his name. I'm not sure if he's subscribed. I know he's on my Facebook group. Shout out Wally. He was the warehouse manager at the time. And we were opening the delivery. And he went, yes! I'll actually do it right here. I'll reenact what I saw. He was like, yes, it's finally here. Ah, brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. It's coming early. I think it came out on the Friday. And the game he was holding was the Xbox version of SoulCalibur 2, okay? And he was so excited. And I was like, oh, what game is it? He was into his first-person shooters. We had very similar tastes to games, okay? And he said, oh, it's a fighting game, SoulCalibur. I looked at it and thought, I've never heard of it. I looked at the back, I thought, it looks pretty good, mind. But I was always into my 2D fighting games. I'm a Street Fighter guy, aren't I? So 3D was kind of out of my comfort zone. Yes, I briefly played Tekken. I played Virtua Fighter 2 in the arcade once or twice. Did not get on with it at all, okay? So I thought, oh, I don't know if this is for me. I also remember he wanted to buy it. It was $39.99. And he couldn't put the money, you couldn't pay for it until it came out. The till wouldn't let you do it. So yeah, he went in and asked the manager, if I give you £40, put it here right now, can I take it home tonight? I won't go online, just to play it. And the manager said no. I would have trusted him, I would have. He was a trustworthy guy. Yeah, he was so excited, and I was looking at it. I'm getting that feeling again. I remember where I was standing in that warehouse as well. And I was like, do you know what? I'm going to buy this as well. And boy, was I impressed. So that was my introduction, or I owe that guy, Wally, the thanks. He got into it. He was a big Dreamcast guy. That was a console that completely passed me by. I've never owned a Dreamcast. It is probably going to be my next console of choice. And someone commented a very good idea about maybe getting a Japanese one. Anyway, getting back to SoulCalibur. He'd played it a ton on the Dreamcast. And the first game I'm going to get is SoulCalibur for the Dreamcast. It looks amazing. And the thing, SoulCalibur is what it was famous, or in the fighting game community, what it'll always be remembered for is it was the first game that was better than the arcade, what they could offer. So I grew up with the arcades, and we've all had, anyone my generation, we've all had these conversations. Oh, imagine you had an arcade at home. Or imagine having arcade graphics at home. Because we're always so far behind what the arcades were doing. Because again, the cabinets as well were specifically built. A lot of them were anyway, specifically built for the game. So the speakers, the sound, the whole experience, you know. But then SoulCalibur came out on the Dreamcast and changed the game. It was better. So it kind of is responsible for the start of the massive and very quick decline of the arcade scene, you know. So back to yes, I had SoulCalibur on the Xbox, and then I did notice I've got them all. I'm really happy I've got all three now. So I noticed there's something different on the cover. Again, apologies if you already know this, but if anyone's stumbled across my tiny channel and gone, oh, I didn't know SoulCalibur, what's that? Okay, now this bit's for you. So one of the best things with SoulCalibur is it's known for having guest characters. Unfortunately, not in every single game, but the better games has a guest character. So the Xbox had an exclusive character, which was Spawn. He's probably my second favourite guest character in the SoulCalibur franchise, okay? PlayStation 2 had Heihachi from Tekken. And this is a big deal, this one was. The GameCube SoulCalibur 2 had Link from the Zelda games, or Zelda franchise, okay? And my favourite I don't know, it's really hard to decide which one of these three is my favourite. Some days it's that one. I think that's the coolest one with Heihachi in it, okay? That's got the nostalgia attached. But I think as far as the biggest name for Nintendo to put Link in there, oh my god. And it works. You wouldn't think it would work, but yeah, I played that game an absolute 10. Yeah, definitely works, you know. And the good thing with those SoulCalibur games, well, they're really cheap. The last time I looked, I don't keep on track of games, the prices of the games I've already got. But I think the PlayStation 2 one, I picked it up for like £2. So they're worth so much more than that, okay? Then we had SoulCalibur 3. Unfortunately, I don't know. I didn't have this back in the day. I just skipped it. It was probably because I was an Xbox kid. I did have a PlayStation 2. I kind of bought it. Well, my order was I had a PS2, then I had a GameCube. I was happy. There was enough going on with those two consoles. But then I bought a PS2 basically about 6 months before the PS3 came out. So I enjoyed mopping up all the cheap games and stuff like that on the PS2. Like I was paying dirt cheap for games for it. So I don't remember playing it back in the day. There's a lot of content in there though. But unfortunately, the SoulCalibur games, like I love the SoulCalibur 2 so much. When I start playing that, it's happened every time I play it. I get the itch to play SoulCalibur 2 on the PlayStation 2 instead. I don't know what that's all about. Maybe because it's not a guest character in there. That's probably the one I've played the least out of all the SoulCalibur games. Okay. Well, actually, there's 2 games. We'll do these quickly. I haven't actually played. Whoopsie poopsie. So, I bought this SoulCalibur Legends for the Nintendo Wii. I hardly know anything about it. I'm not even sure if it's an actual 1v1 fighting game. I don't know what the hell it is. But I bought this because I knew I've got a Wii now. Whoopsie poopsie, I still haven't set it up. Shout out Luxton. We did a trade where I lend him my Godzilla collection, lend it to him, and he gives me a Nintendo Wii. So happy days, couldn't say no to that. So that's one of those games I was picking up because I know I'm going to get a Wii one day. Okay, so I can't say much more on that because I haven't played it. Okay, and the other one you might be surprised I haven't played, but I need to show my PlayStation 1 some love, is Soul Blade. I remember arguing with the guy before. I think I'm Mr. Know-It-All when it comes to fighting games. Oh, wait a second. We've got... Sorry for this interruption. Come on in. Come say hello, mister. You okay? Do you want to come up? I don't know if we'll be able to do... it with a dog on my lap. He clearly wants to come up. Come on in. 1, 2, 3. Up we come. I watch my microphone, boy. Say hello. Say hello to everyone. Have you got anything to say? Look at his face. What were we talking about? Yeah, so Soul Blade. I haven't actually played Soul Blade. Funny thing with this, interesting stat with this in my gaming life. I owned this for about 45 seconds. I bought it in Cardiff. And good job, it was quiet. I bought it in Cardiff CEX, and the guy, yes, you weren't there. They don't let dogs in. Well, do CEX let dogs in? I wonder. Probably not the Cardiff one, because it's in St David's Shopping Centre. Right, down you go then. Where you going? Good job we're not live or anything, you know. Right, Rossi, over here then, please. Come on. Not over here. You knocked my camera then. You're a funny one. Sorry guys, but we've always got Rossi. Always got time for Rossi on this channel. Yeah, and the disc was in such bad condition. I just turned around and took it straight back and he gave me a full refund. So they should be checking the discs. I can't actually remember where I bought this one from. But it's in much better condition. It is CIB, a Bambi B. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why I haven't played it yet, but I do need to show my PlayStation some love. But you can argue it's not... It is part of the franchise, isn't it? It's not SoulCalibur 1, though, okay? Okay, so we've done SoulCalibur, Soul Blade, SoulCalibur 2, SoulCalibur 3. Let's get into SoulCalibur 4. So, the guest characters with SoulCalibur 2... I'm not sure of the sales, but I think it sold pretty well. It got me into the franchise anyway. So if you're interested in Spawn, or if you're like a Zelda fan, you would have known, oh, what's this all about? And you would have maybe, it would have caught your attention, let's say. So then SoulCalibur 3 came out, kind of passed me by. I was aware of it. I seen it in the magazines. I think it reviewed relatively well. And I thought, I'll get to that. It wasn't like I need that game right now kind of thing. But then obviously, next gen console comes out then, Xbox 360, PlayStation 4. Right, now I was hyped for this, okay? So SoulCalibur 4, they had, right, we need a guest character. What's the best franchise we can possibly put into SoulCalibur? It's obviously Berserk. So what's the second best? Star Wars. And they did it. So they put Star Wars characters in exclusive characters into SoulCalibur 4. So again, if you've never played these or you didn't know the history of it, PlayStation 3 had my boy Vader Darth, and Xbox 360 had my boy Yoda, okay? And it was his Star Killer, he's an unlockable in there as well, okay? Yoda is brilliant, but he's kind of arguably broken, I want to say, because he's so much smaller than all the other characters in there. But he's an absolute ton of fun, okay? Darth Vader, I tell you, I remember being so impressed playing as Darth Vader. I had my 50-inch plasma at the time. Oh, I remember it. And his scene on the Death Star, I was like, oh my God, this is brilliant. And it just makes you scratch your head. Why hasn't there been a good Star Wars fighting game? Yes, we had that Tales of Masters of Kasai, whatever. Star Wars Masters of Taris Kasai, that piece of junk on the PlayStation. It's got a bit of a charm to it, mine, but it could have been so much better. And this is proof how good a Star Wars fighting game would be, you know. And I've also got a double dipped on the PlayStation 3. I've got the Steelbook, okay? And it's got the soundtrack in there as well. And the funny thing with this, I got a feeling the eBay seller messed up. He was selling a couple of games, and I bid and won. I paid £3 or £4 for this, just for the steel case, because the plan was to put that disc in here and have that as my nice copy. But then he sent it complete in box. So I don't know, maybe the person that bid on that one had the empty one. I don't know what went on there, but I'm not complaining. Then we had SoulCalibur 5. And this is an absolutely beautiful looking game. There's a big difference in SoulCalibur 4 and SoulCalibur 5 visual, but there doesn't seem to be as much content in there. But similar to the PlayStation 2, where SoulCalibur 2 is my go-to compared to SoulCalibur 3, it's the same thing, unfortunately, with this, where SoulCalibur 4 is my go-to over SoulCalibur 5, okay? And it wasn't until the last 3 or 4 years since Rossi stop? Since YouTube and the information and documentaries and stuff that's out there. I love a good, not generally fighting game documentary. I love any game documentary where they talk about trouble in development and stuff like that. Now this was in what they call almost the development hell, I want to say. So that does explain why there wasn't much content. It almost feels almost unfinished, okay? But it's a shame because it definitely had the potential to do really well. And oh yeah, before I forget, it's Ezio, is it, from Assassin's Creed? I think that's Ezio. He's all right in it, but yeah, it's 3 and 5 the ones I tend to play the least, because the games that came out before it were so much better in my opinion. Oh, also the SoulCalibur 5, I've got the collector's edition. Okay, let's see if I can open him up for you. I think I remember I bought this in CX Port Albert. I think I paid like £7 for it or something insane like that. So it's got the making of DVD. I need to watch that. I say that all the time. A really good art book. It's got like a thank you letter off the developers to me personally. It has got the art cards, and I've got one of them is up on my wall. My Mitsurugi. He's actually my top left corner. Keeping an eye on us, making sure we're all behaving, you know. What a great character. My favourite character is either Taki or Mitsurugi, I want to say. Mainline characters, you know, but when they got the guest characters, like in SoulCalibur 2, Spawn was the one, I thought he was so good. Yeah, we leave that one there. Then we had my favourite SoulCalibur of all time. So we had SoulCalibur 6 Bambino. Absolutely fan-effing-tastic, okay? So the guest characters is... Oh, what's his name off The Witcher? If anyone, no one's watching. Let me know in the comments. What's his name off The Witcher? The Witcher guy. Geralt. Stephen Gerrard. No. Geralt of Liverpool. No. Stephen Gerrard. Is it Stephen Gerrard? No, it's not Stephen Gerrard. Geralt, I think his name is, isn't it? And unusually, it's quite unusual, they have Harumaru off Samurai Shodown. Is that Harumaru, or is that... was he a DLC? I can't remember. But Stephen Gerrard was on the disc. Because I've got every single DLC, okay, in this. And this game has got my favourite guest character out of any fighting game of all time, okay? 2B. I tell you what, I played it earlier on. I think I was streaming it earlier on. 2B's in Grand Blue Fantasy Versus now, isn't she? And she is fantastic. And I'm going to do a new series, Quest to level 500. Shameless plug. I'm currently on level 12. I played it for about 5 hours, and I'm on level 12. So that series is going to be a long one, okay? But getting back to this absolute fantastic game. It's not perfect. What they've done amazing, which is the most important. There is a bit of a story mode in there, but the actual core gameplay is a 10 out of 10. Visually, I really do enjoy it. This is my favourite 3D fighting game of all time. This game right here, okay? But the only thing, if I'm being critical, it does almost feel rushed. The presentation of the game, I haven't played it for a couple of years, come to think about it. But, do you know, like, when you're doing your character select, it doesn't show the, do you know, like the character, it won't show, it's hard to explain, like the animated character will be there, like, waiting with their weapon. But if you go into your own character customization, oh my god, I spent hours just in that, you know, especially on 2B, like put a horse's head on her and it looks creepy as fuck, stuff like that. It just feels a little bit rushed, but it's almost the perfect game. They've perfected SoulCalibur, the actual gameplay of it. A little bit frustrating sometimes. It's funny when it happens to your opponent, but one of those stages where the floor is like ice, when you're doing like the challenge mode and like the RPG story kind of mode. Not story, yeah, it's like the RPG mode. And it says, beware, the floor is slippery or it's ice or there's grease on the floor. And you charge at your character, they sidestep, and you just like, say you're fighting on the ship, you just go straight off the ship. It looks funny as hell, but it's really frustrating. Do you know what I mean? If it happens to you. So that's my favourite SoulCalibur. If we're doing my top 3 then. Number 1, SoulCalibur 2 is probably my second favourite. Then SoulCalibur 4 is probably my third favourite. Okay. Similar to SoulCalibur 4, I double dipped. This time I actually did just bid on the steel case. Okay. But check that steel case out. I don't know how to display them, you know. If I had a bit more space, I might have them. Because I got some of the steel cases are just absolute mwah, you know. Now, that's up there as far as I'm concerned. What a great steel case for a great game. Right, what else have I got? I've only got a couple of other bits and bobs to show you. I showed this, when did we do Tekken? Last night or the night before? Oh no, we did King of Fighters last night, and I did forget some stuff as well. Anyway, I know he's from Tekken, but you can argue he's from SoulCalibur 2 as well. My boy Heihachi. But I've also got, still sealed, my boy Mitsurugi. That is the same company that did that, you know. I don't know where I found this. How random is this? I found this in Forbidden Planet in Cardiff. They hardly ever have good game stuff in there. But some days I just go in there and it's just covered in dust. Must be something they found from out the back. And you think, oh my god, Mitsurugi. And it's on sale. Like I had my Ninja Gaiden mug in there. I bought that on my birthday. As if they just put it out there. Tony's coming in today. Put all the stuff out. The cool stuff. Bring out the cool stuff. Yeah, but check him out. He will be opened one day. Maybe I'll do it on stream, you know. So I got that. We'll do these in case I forget. I got some game guides. So, SoulCalibur 2. Interesting. So, the artwork, only now I noticed that. So, they got Mitsurugi there. Because, of course, on the other ones, it's the guest character. It's Link or Haramaru or Spawn, you know. But, yeah, I like these guides, okay. Obviously, to help you get better at the game. But it's the artwork that's in there as well. Oh, just open down Ivy, you know what I mean? Yeah, what a absolute... This is a PS2 game, do you know what I mean? Or Xbox and GameCube game. Let's find some nice artwork for you guys. Weapon Masters. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, really, I miss game guides, I do. I really do miss them. I know some games still have them. I think some publishers, mainly Nintendo games, tend to still have guides or publish them. But they used to be everywhere, didn't they? Again, well, we didn't know. We didn't know to buy them all up back then. And SoulCalibur 4. Again, look at the presentation on these guys. This one's even better. Yoda. My boy Yoda. Whoa. Sorry, I'm just having a read. Ivy. Check her out, boys and girls, grannies and aunts. Yes, I got that as well. Again, mainly for the artwork. And the last things then, just some other bits and bobs. So SoulCalibur Broken Destiny for the Sony PlayStation Portable. As you can see, guest character, Kratos. What a great guest character. Was he better in that than he was in Mortal Kombat 9, I wonder? I don't know. Good game though. I paid $8.99 because the receipt is still in there. Yeah, it's surprisingly a good game, but you can hear, though if it's my PSP, you can hear it spinning like mad. Do you know what I mean when you're playing it? But all the SoulCalibur games as well, I will add, are all visual treats. Very similar to Tekken. There's not a bad looking Tekken game out there, like when it comes out, you know, current time. I showed this off of my Tekken, but it's got SoulCalibur in there as well. My fighting edition for the PlayStation 3. So it's got SoulCalibur 5 on there. What a great collection to have. SoulCalibur 5, Tekken Tag 2, and Tekken 6. All in one great collection. Obviously, I've got the game separate, but with my Jurassic Park collector's hat on, you know, it's got to be in there. This is the Broken Destiny art book, and I think it's a soundtrack as well. Yeah, it's got the soundtrack in the back there, but a really, really cool art book, you know. Whoa, whoa, Ivy. I just seem to always open on Ivy, don't I? I don't know what that's all about. And I think... Oh, one more thing. Ooh, is my fight stick. I found this about 3 years ago, I want to say. For the Nintendo GameCube, my fight stick is a SoulCalibur 2 fight stick. Or arcade stick. Check this bad boy out. Okay? I got the stick here. I will show you in a second. I've never, or once I've ever seen a Nintendo GameCube fight stick. I bought this in Super Tomato in Cardiff. Shout out Super Tomato in Cardiff. And the cool thing is, if you haven't noticed, he gets a lot of his stuff from Japan. He goes to Japan every so many times a year or every so many years and just buys a load of stuff and ships it back for him to sell over here. He does a really good job. And this is a Japanese fight stick because it's got a Japanesey, yes it easy under there, okay? And this is the stick. It's a hoary stick. It's a lovely stick. The only thing, it is a product of its time. It's a very good stick for its time, but it's just a little bit uncomfortable. A little bit too cramped for my liking. I like to have, we're spoilt now, aren't we? Like some of the sticks are like the big heavy units, you know. These are more designed, again, if you look at the bottom, to go on a tabletop rather than like on your lap, because the modern sticks have got big grip pads, or the whole bottom now on some, like my Victrix Pro, for example, is all a grip pad because it's designed to just sit on your lap. Like on your lap there, it might start to slide around a little bit. But yeah, again, I got it because I love fight sticks and I love SoulCalibur, so that's why I purchased that bad boy. There we go, guys. I'm pretty sure I've probably forgotten. I know I've got a little bit of artwork on the wall. I have got a massive SoulCalibur. It actually came with that arcade stick poster somewhere, but it had a bit of a rip. Don't know where it's been folded. I think because they're old, it had like a tear, but it looked fine when you put it up on the wall. It wasn't like a rip. It was maybe just on the fold it started to rip away, you know. That's in here somewhere. I put it somewhere safe, so safe. I don't know where it is. Maybe it's with my glasses. We'll find them one day. Yeah, so that is a much shorter. There are 32 minutes. That's not too bad. Okay. I'm pretty sure that's most of my, nearly all of my SoulCalibur collection. Okay. Thanks for watching. If anyone does watch this video, I really do enjoy these videos. Tomorrow I want to go live again. Maybe tomorrow we'll do Street Fighter, or maybe we'll do it for the weekend, you know. Yeah, let me know, is there any others? Maybe I'm thinking Samurai Showdown. I got quite a few bits and bobs Samurai Showdown I could show off, I suppose. Maybe we'll do that. Let me know in the comments if you're up for that. And because we're going live at 7 o'clock, we join in, you know, ask some questions if you want to. Yeah, there we go. We'll cut it off there. Hope you have a great rest of the week. We are halfway through the week. Remember that. So it's downhill from here on out. Thanks for watching. Love you. Bye.